I'm gonna just be honest, this was the greatest interview of all time.
This is Donovan Copley from Hot Water.
Hi, I'm Kerry Miller.
Hey, I'm Ross from Prime Circle.
Love RTL.
My new addiction.
Let me not just talk about it. Let me show you in the back of the window where I'm at.
Cabinet has decided to place the entire country on alert level 2.
No, thank you for getting me out of bed this morning.
Informative.
Relevant.
Diverse.
Interactive.
So educational.
Fantastic. Super fulfilling.
I think most of the time in South Africa, certainly provincial cricket, they might as well play because there's no spectators going to watch anyway.
The hugging, and shaking of hands, and kissing is a thing of the past.
And then overnight into Thursday, we're expecting that cold front to spread showers into most.
Playlist is incredible.
Love the music.
Best music. Entertaining. So entertaining. Entertaining.
They wanted radio people because radio people can basically talk shit when things go wrong.
A sight that just a few weeks ago seemed scarcely possible. Eden Park is back in business, a capacity...
No, but seriously, on a serious note, I think I actually swiped right for you the one day when I saw you. I didn't know.
You didn't.
But you wouldn't know.
And I love the dress. If I tell you, I didn't even wear a bra. That was so good.
Splashdown.
As you can see on your screen, we have visual confirmation for Splashdown.
I will try to fix you.
You guys are the lifeblood of what's left of this music industry.
And of course, Noel Johnson. We love your sexy legs. Especially because of Noel Johnson. Jeez, that man is sexy.
Thank God for RTL SA.
You are a star.
RTL SA.
Home of legends.
Caban Investments, an impact venture capital company that turns entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. A core focus is to invest in high-growth opportunities to maximize returns for shareholders, at the same time also providing a comprehensive service offering to cover all business needs. From small startups to larger companies, Caban offers the entire spectrum of service offerings required to get business moving. Visit www.caban.co.za for more information. Caban Investments, turning entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. This is your top 3 on RTL SA.
Brought to you by Creative Design and Print. For all your specialized printing requirements, contact Lauren on 072 114 0329 or lauren.creativedesign@gmail.com.
Own your piece of RTL by sponsoring a feature.
Burning topic. Bad Joke Friday. In other news, Power Play Trivia.
You will be helping keep RTL on air and building infrastructure for as little as 300 Rand per week. Have your or your company's name associated with the fastest growing online radio station in the world.
The RTL SA Top 10. Your top 3.
Contact RTL for more info on WhatsApp 064 134 0020 or email info@noeljohnson.co.za. It's time to mass debate on RTL SA.
Playlist is incredible.
Love the music.
Best music. Entertaining. So entertaining. RTL SA.
You're listening to RTL SA.
It's like, hey, got it. Was really 1981.
You're listening to RTL SA.
Tuesday, the 14th of September 2021, and woo, dearie me, the debate is raging, not just in South Africa, but all over the world. It seems like it's a thing that everybody is talking about. And this, of course, is the COVID passport. Oh my word, it has got the world in a buzz. We're going to look at that in the main story today. But your burning topic today is exactly that as well. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Vaccine passport, yay or nay? Send me your comments via voice notes on 064 134 0020. But I tell you what, it is trending huge all across the world. It is massive. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Biggest story in a long time. Right, let's catch up with the SABC right now and get some headlines as well as your weather for you on RTL SA.
Well, South Africa has reached the grim milestone of 85,000 COVID-19 related deaths. In the past 24 hours, 125 more people succumbed to COVID-19 related complications. The National Institute for Communicable Diseases has also reported 2,640 new coronavirus infections in the country. And this brings the total number of laboratory confirmed cases to over 2,860,000 since the start of the pandemic. And this increase represents a 10.4% positivity rate. The Eastern Cape has the highest number of new infections at 864, followed by KwaZulu-Natal with 601 and the Western Cape with 240. Active cases stand at over 104,000.
The national vaccination program started on the 17th of May. At the end of August, more than 12.1 million doses had been administered. 2,770 vaccinees reported adverse effects, and 86 reports of death were received in this period. 46 of these cases are still under investigation, while 40 have been concluded and casualty assessed. But amid ongoing concerns about the side effects, experts say none of the vaccines used in the country to date have caused death. Adverse effects after vaccination can result in detrimental health events such as a heart attack. The South African Health Products Regulatory Authority says all medicines, including vaccines, can cause side effects. However, the benefits of COVID-19 vaccination outweigh the risks.
Let's take a look at your weather details on our satellite image. We are seeing lots of clouds over the southern parts and moving towards Eastern Cape. This is where we are expecting some activity along the coastal areas for today. Towards the northern parts, we are continuing to see clear skies for today, and we are expecting conditions that are extremely conducive to fell fires over the central interior, coupled with windy conditions. So please do take note of this. This will cover Northwest Free State, some parts of Eastern Cape and the Northern Cape, with wind speeds ranging up to 40 kilometers per hour. So please do take note of that. Along the coastal areas, we are seeing those isolated showers going to scattered just in the far coastal areas of Eastern Cape to the Western Cape. Along the coastal areas of KwaZulu-Natal, we're seeing clear skies heading to the northern parts, where we're not expecting a lot to happen in those areas. Looking at your temperatures, today temperatures are in the high 20s. We're seeing 27 in Johannesburg and 29 in Pretoria, Limpopo, 33 for Musina and 32 in Palaburu and Mpumalanga. We're seeing 30 in Bombela, KwaZulu-Natal, Ladysmith at 30 and 25 for the city of Durban, but Pietermaritzburg picking at a maximum of 33, 28 for Komani, 30 for Bloemfontein, Mahikeng at 30, 32 for Vryburg, Uppington picking at a maximum of 28 degrees and 14 for Sutherland and 16 in Calvinia, Springbok also picking at 14 degrees. The city of Cape Town will be at a maximum of 17 degrees. That is all from the weather desk. Let's take a look at your sports right after this break.
I clearly didn't listen carefully this morning. No sport. No, we're not talking sport right now. Janine Preston from SA Commuter is out and about today, and she's at Brixton Primary School. So we're going to pick up a little audio and video from her a little later in the show to find out what she's doing there, why she's there, and what it's all about. I'll tell you more throughout the show as well what that's all about. Today in Tuesday Trends, we talk about automotive trends. That's right. What's been happening in 21 when it comes to automotive innovation, should we put it that way. We've also got your Bazman Tuesday mix. That's of course by DJ Bazman. Your top three today is Sune's selection. We look at Today in History as well as your Power Play Trivia brought to you by Bev Miller. And today we're going to talk about movies in the trivia. That's going to be a lot of fun. Just a reminder of your burning topic again, which is brought to you by Cheryl and Kirsten Morrigan. The debate is raging about vaccine passports. What are your thoughts? Send me your comments on 064 134 0020. And then the days of the year today. It's all about the food today. It's Eat a Hoagie Day. Now, in case you don't know what a hoagie is is very similar to like a BLT sub. So it's got a lot of stuff in it. So it's more like a big sandwich. But it's Eat a Hoagie Day. It's also Gobstopper Day. Do you remember what a gobstopper is? Very similar to the fireballs that we used to eat as kids and whatever, those hard things that you suck on and whatever. Gobstoppers are very similar to that. My favorite, however, cream-filled donut day. And I think it's definitely in the order of the day to get yourself a cream-filled donut. Why the hell not? Let's celebrate it.
Kaban Investments, an impact venture capital company that turns entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. A core focus is to invest in high-growth opportunities to maximize returns for shareholders, at the same time also providing a comprehensive service offering to cover all business needs. From small startups to larger companies, Kaban offers the entire spectrum of service offerings required to get business moving. Visit www.kaban.co.za for more information. Kaban Investments, turning entrepreneurs' dreams into reality.
It's like, hey, got it. It's really 1981.
You're listening to RTL SA. I want to be on lockdown with Noel Johnson.
You are listening to.
You're listening to Noel Johnson.
Noel Johnson.
And you're listening to Noel Johnson.
And you're going to party it up listening to Noel Johnson.
As I was saying, you're listening to my mate, Noel Johnson.
RTL SA is proudly brought to you by Kaban Investments, an impact venture capital company that turns entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. Visit www.kabancapital.co for more information. Something About You on RTL SA, and that, of course, by Alderbrook featuring Rudimental. Right, it's time to get into your Power Play Trivia right now, brought to you by Bev Miller.
Time to test your knowledge with Power Play Trivia.
All right, your Power Play trivia question, like I was saying earlier, we're going to the movies. All right. You will be forgiven if you don't even know what it is, because I didn't, because I haven't watched the movies. But if you are a fan, then you're going to know it just like this. Click of a finger, you're going to have it. The question today is, what is Harry Potter's Patronus? What is Harry Potter's Patronus? And I didn't know what it was, but Patronus, in effect, is his spirit animal. So what is Harry Potter's Patronus? Send your answers via WhatsApp on 064 134 0020. And let's see if you are a Harry Potter fan. Let's see if you know what a Patronus is. And more importantly, what his Patronus is.
I'm gonna just be honest, this was the greatest interview of all time.
This is Donovan Copley from Hot Water.
I am Carrie Miller.
Hey, I'm Ross from Prime Circle.
Love RTL.
My new addiction.
Let me not just talk about it. Let me show you in the back of the window where I'm at.
cabinet has decided to place the entire country on alert level 2.
No, thank you for getting me out of bed this morning.
Informative, relevant, diverse, interactive, so educational, fantastic, super fulfilling.
I think most of the time in South Africa, certainly provincial cricket, they might as well play because there's no spectators going to watch anyway.
The hugging, shaking of hands, and kissing is a thing of the past.
And then overnight into Thursday, we're expecting that cold front to spread showers into most.
Playlist is incredible. Love the music. Best music. Entertaining. So entertaining. Entertaining. And entertaining.
They wanted radio people because radio people can basically talk shit when things go wrong.
A sight that just a few weeks ago seemed scarcely possible. Eden Park is back in business, a capacity...
No, but seriously, on a serious note, I think I actually swiped right from you the one day when I saw you. I didn't know.
You didn't.
But you wouldn't know.
And I love Grace. If I tell you, I didn't even wear a bra. That was so good.
Splashdown. As you can see on your screen, we have visual confirmation for Splashdown.
I will try to fix you.
You guys are the lifeblood of what's left of this music industry.
And of course, Noel Johnson. We love your sexy legs. Especially because of Noel Johnson. Jeez, that man is sexy. Thank God for RTL SA.
You are a star.
RTL SA.
Home of legends.
Own your piece of RTL by sponsoring a feature.
Burning topic. Bad Joke Friday. In other news, Power Play Trivia.
You will be helping keep RTL on air and building infrastructure for as little as 300 Rand per week. Have your or your company's name associated with the fastest growing online radio station in the world.
The RTL SA Top 10. Your top 3.
Contact RTL for more info on WhatsApp 064 134 0020 or email info@noeljohnson.co.za. It's time to mass debate on RTL SA.
You're listening to RTL SA.
On this day in history, people died, things happened, things changed, things are remembered. Let's have a look and see what happened.
September 14th, 2001. Americans mark a day of remembrance for the victims of the September 11th attacks. In New York, President George W. Bush tours the ruins of the World Trade Center. He tells rescue workers at Ground Zero just days after the attacks that toppled the Twin Towers.
I can hear you, the rest of the world hears you, and the people who knocked these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
1901.
I am leaving because somebody must leave, or else the fight would not be made at all.
Theodore Roosevelt becomes America's youngest president at age 43. He succeeds William McKinley, who dies more than a week after he's shot by an assassin. 1814. Francis Scott Key is inspired to write the poem whose words ultimately become the national anthem of the United States. He composes the Star-Spangled Banner during the War of 1812 after witnessing the British bombardment of Fort McHenry in Maryland. 1879. Margaret Sanger, the founder of America's birth control movement, is born in Corning, New York. 1982. Princess Grace of Monaco, the former movie actress Grace Kelly, dies of injuries from a car crash the day before. She was 52 years old. 1927. Isadora Duncan, the modern dance pioneer, dies in an accident in Nice, France. She's killed when her scarf becomes entangled in the wheel of her sports car. And 1994.
It's not a very happy set of circumstances for me. After all, we're in the baseball business.
Baseball's acting commissioner Bud Selig cancels the rest of the season due to a players' strike. That includes the World Series, the first October without that game in nearly 90 years. Today in history, September 14th, Tim McGuire, The Associated Press.
So you are loved on RTL SA. Before that, Hailey Steinfeld with capital letters, and then brand new from Justin Bieber called A Lifetime. What a beautiful song that is indeed. And I'm not a big Bieber fan, but my word, what a song. What a song. Will it make it onto the RTL SA Top 10? Who knows? That will be entirely up to you. Which is tomorrow, by the way. So you got to finalize your votes today still so that I can compile it this evening. All you have to do is send me a WhatsApp with the one song you want to hear at number 1. And I'll add everything together and collate everything. And tomorrow I'll present to you the RTL SA Top 10 in the second hour of the show. Right, in the main story, we're talking about the big topic at the moment. And that, of course, is vaccine passports and booster jabs. It's all just chaos. And I tell you what, big conversations happening all over the world and, in South Africa regarding this as well. The burning topic today is exactly that. Vaccine passports. What do you think? Do you think we should go that route? Or do you think that it is a violation of our human rights? Send me your comments via voice note on 064 134 0020. We get into that on the other side of this.
Caban Investments, an impact venture capital company that turns entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. A core focus is to invest in high-growth opportunities to maximize returns for shareholders, at the same time also providing a comprehensive service offering to cover all business needs. From small startups to larger companies, Caban offers the entire spectrum of service offerings required to get business moving. Visit www.caban.co.za for more information. Caban Investments, turning entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. Own your piece of RTL by sponsoring a feature.
Burning topic. Bad Joke Friday. In other news, Power Play Trivia.
You will be helping keep RTL on air and building infrastructure for as little as 300 Rand per week. Have your or your company's name associated with the fastest growing online radio station in the world.
The RTL SA Top 10. Your top 3.
Contact RTL for more info on WhatsApp 064 134 0020 or email info@noeljohnson.co.za. It's time to mass debate on RTL SA.
Here you go. Was really 1981.
You're listening to RTL SA. You're listening to RTL SA.
Yeah, so the vaccine passport conversation is a very big one at the moment, and there seems to be, I don't know, it seems like more people are sort of for it, and there's a minority that are very vocal against it. And it's just, wow, it's a big conversation going on at the moment. Yeah, in South Africa, but also more particularly across the world. As you'll see in this piece from DW, how big it actually is in the States. Take a look at this.
The COVID-19 booster shots are coming, and not without controversy.
This is turning into a bigger mess by the day, unfortunately.
But it does feel like the entire country is kind of walking around trying to figure out when to get their boosters.
So clearly the fate of the economy is tied to this virus.
Here's where we stand in the fight against the Delta variant, in the booster shot debate, and how we got here in the first place. The Delta variant first popped up in India in December 2020. Back then, it was known to scientists as the B16172 variant. Now it's the dominant variant in more than a dozen countries.
The local officials have described the variant as alarming.
very worrisome because this seems to be more contagious and more pathogenic. It does seem to be a more dangerous variant.
She says Delta now is the second most prevalent variant here in the United States, and in the coming weeks, she predicts it will eclipse the Alpha variant. That's the B117 variant first identified in the UK.
This is now in New Jersey a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
It's more than 60% more transmissible than the original coronavirus. Symptoms from the Delta variant remain largely the same. Coughing, trouble breathing, suddenly losing your sense of smell or taste. But doctors have been reporting that people infected with the Delta variant have been getting sicker and more quickly than those with the regular coronavirus. Delta also appears to hit younger patients harder than the original strain. What's worrying people the most, though, what's causing companies to scrap return-to-office plans and mask rules to pop back up, is Delta's ability to break through COVID-19 vaccines.
What we think's happening is that Delta creates such high viral loads early in the course of the illness that if you have declining levels of circulating antibodies, it can overwhelm your initial defenses. It can overwhelm those circulating antibodies. You get infected, and then you're dependent upon secondary immune cells, you and I have talked about, like memory B cells and T cells, to kick in to then fight that infection to prevent you from getting sick from the infection. But it takes a couple of days for those secondary immune cells to kick in. So in the meantime, you've been infected, you might be developing mild symptoms. Eventually, those immune cells will kick in, and those cells will prevent you from developing severe disease, from being hospitalized, but you'll qualify as someone who's become infected with COVID at that point. So this is really the debate among the public health crowd, because what they say is maybe we don't need boosters because the vaccines are still doing their job in terms of protecting people from getting hospitalized and developing severe disease.
For the unvaccinated, the Delta variant remains extremely dangerous. For the vaccinated, it gets a bit more complicated. No vaccine has ever been 100% effective. The mRNA vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna came close. Both vaccines surprised everyone with how effective they were, both in the mid-90th percentiles. That's against the initial strain of the coronavirus, however. Against the Delta variant, the efficacy dropped. One study showed that the 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine was 88% effective against the Delta variant. Still, based on the latest data, that means a fully vaccinated person has a very, very small chance of getting infected by the Delta variant. And when they do, they're still much more likely to avoid getting seriously sick or hospitalized. Here's where we stand with the booster shots from Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. Right now, the CDC recommends that people with compromised immune systems should get a 3rd shot of Pfizer or Moderna vaccines at least 28 days after their 2nd dose. The CDC and FDA are still weighing evidence for rolling out booster shots for the rest of us, about 8 months after the 2nd dose of either mRNA vaccine. Pfizer's booster shot could be ready by September 20th, the previous deadline set by the White House. Moderna's 3rd shot might not be ready by then, according to White House medical advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci.
It's one of the reasons that we believe the boost works is that you give the immune response of the 2nd shot enough time to mature and make it ready so that when you give a boost, it really jacks up the response a lot. So you don't want to make it too soon, but there will be a range of when you can get it, even though optimally we'd like it to be 8 months. I believe people are going to be doing it at 6 months or so. Human nature itself is going to tell you that people will be doing that.
A booster from Johnson & Johnson would likely come later, since the initial 1-dose vaccine didn't roll out until 70 days after the other 2 vaccines. So where's the confusion coming from? Some health experts feel there wasn't enough data for the White House to announce booster shots, and regulators like the FDA and CDC still need to approve them. The FDA is meeting on September 17th to discuss Pfizer's booster.
The political pressure essentially to come out and say we need boosters and we're going to start making them available September 20th. And then, of course, there's a caveat in that line from the administration and all the administration's health officials saying pending the FDA's review of the boosters and making them available through the normal regulatory processes. But this is essentially backwards. Normally what happens is it goes through the FDA, then it goes through the CDC. But here you have the White House leading the charge saying we need boosters. We're going to start making them available September 20th, as long as the FDA signs off. And that's the pressure that people are worried about.
Getting Americans to receive full doses of COVID-19 vaccines proved to be a challenge. As of early September 2021, only about 53% of Americans were fully vaccinated, according to the CDC. Vaccination rates in other countries, in poorer regions of the world, remain much, much lower. The World Health Organization wants Western countries, like the United States, to slow down with its rollout of booster shots.
Some countries are now rolling out booster doses to fully vaccinated people, when millions of people around the world have not even received their first dose.
Before the Delta variant, life was getting pretty close to normal. Now, not so much. The Delta variant caused one company after another to scrap their return to work plans. It's also eating into the economic recovery. And now the White House has a new plan to fight COVID-19.
We remain at a critical moment, a critical time. We have the tools. Now we just have to finish the job with truth, with science, with confidence.
The White House wants to do the following, plus a whole lot more. It wants to require all businesses that employ more than 100 workers to make sure their employees get vaccinated, or at least get tested weekly. It wants all federal workers to get vaccinated, along with millions of contractors that work with the federal government. It's also calling on all states to have every school employee vaccinated.
But while America is much in better shape than it was 7 months ago when I took office, I need to tell you a second fact. We're in the tough stretch, and it could last for a while.
There's another COVID winter coming, and no one is quite sure what to expect.
Are we going to need boosters every year, indefinitely?
You know, I don't think we can say that. I doubt it very seriously. You know, I believe that the third boost of a 2-shot regimen, namely what we're recommending for those who've gotten the mRNA vaccine, we're noticing in clinical studies that the level of antibodies that induces is very, very high. So what we're hoping for is that third shot really gets you up to such a high level that not only is it highly protective, but it's very durable.
And so it's just evolving. We're in a state of evolution, and the booster shot is the next phase. And like everything else we do, we're going to prejudge and pre-worry and get concerned about it. But if we just let things take its course, and we'll see how things go and progress with the change of season and going into the fourth quarter of the year, my guess is there will be a requirement for the third shot for the booster, just like there was for 2 vaccine shots. And the companies that want to be vaccinated only will stay that way, and they'll include that codicil. And the ones that don't, won't.
The only way that we'll get a hold of this virus or control it is if companies, employers get in the mix and begin to mandate the vaccines, especially now that the Pfizer one has been fully approved by the FDA. This is important, especially as we think about the return to work policies. We need to make sure, and employers need to make sure, that everyone feels safe, and the assurances can only come if you have high rates of vaccinated employees.
What are your thoughts? Do you think that we are going to have to go that route? Are we going to have to mandate and people get vaccine passports, so to say, so they can live a normal life? What are your thoughts? Send me your comments via voice notes on 064 134 0020. I know we speak a lot about the vaccine. We really do. But every single day there are your fors and against, and the voices are playing a tug of war all the time. And the bottom line is, when governments are involved and they are deciding that the only way to deal with it is through the vaccine, you have to ask yourself the question, regardless of what you think or feel of it, what sort of life do you want to live? Because they're going to be very different whether you have the vaccine or not. If you have the vaccine, you're going to have one way of life, and if you don't, you're going to have another way of life. Your thoughts via WhatsApp, voice notes on 064 134 0020. Vaccine passports, is that the way to go? Yay or nay? I look forward to hearing what you got to say. It's your top 3 on the other side of this.
Own your piece of RTL by sponsoring a feature.
Burning topic. Bad Joke Friday in other news, Power Play Trivia.
You will be helping keep RTL on air and building infrastructure for as little as 300 Rand per week. Have your or your company's name associated with the fastest growing online radio station in the world.
The RTL SA Top 10. Your top 3.
Contact RTL for more info on WhatsApp 064 134 0020 or email info@noeljohnson.co.za. It's time to mass debate on RTL SA.
Playlist is incredible. Love the music. Best music. Entertaining. So entertaining. RTL
You're listening to RTL SA. This is your top 3 on RTL SA.
Brought to you by Creative Design and Print. For all your specialized printing requirements, contact Lauren on 072 114 0329 or lauren.creativedesign@gmail.com.
You asked for it, we play it. Your top 3 on RTL SA.
Anastasia, I'm Out of Love on RTL SA. Before that, Avril Lavigne with Without You, I think. And then Alanis Morissette with Ironic. Starting off Sune's top 3 today, brought to you by Creative Design and Print. You can have your top 3 as well. All you have to do is drop me the 3 songs you want to hear back to back and uninterrupted on a WhatsApp message. Just say, dude, come on, play these 3 songs for me. And I will certainly fit it into the schedule and give you your 3 back to back, uninterrupted, on your top 3, brought to you by Creative Design and Print.
This is your top 3 on RTL SA.
Brought to you by Creative Design and Print. For all your specialized printing requirements, contact Lauren on 072 114 0329 or lauren.creativedesign@gmail.com. Right, coming up in the rest of the show, we've still got quite a lot going on. Janine Preston is out and about at Brixton Primary School, and the whole object behind it was to see what school is like, particularly public school, in the wake of the pandemic and how things have changed over time. So we have a little piece from her where she gives us some commentary about what is going on at Brixton Primary and tells us a little bit about how the schools have adapted to how our new life is, so to say. So we'll have a look at that a little later in the show. Then in Tuesday Trends, we have a look at automotive trends, and what is happening in 2021 when it comes to cars and technology attached to cars and things like that. We've also got your Power Play Trivia question, which is, what is Harry Potter's Patronus? What is Harry Potter's Patronus? Do you know that answer? Send me the answer via WhatsApp on 064 134 0020. And then we are also looking at your burning topic as well, which is brought to you by Cheryl and Kirsten Morrigan. And the debate rages on about the vaccine passport. What are your thoughts? Send me your comments via voice note on WhatsApp on 064 134 0020. I look forward to hearing what some of you have to say about that, because, you know, we have discussed it before, but like I said, every single day there's new conversation around it, and some people's opinions may change or may not change or become stronger or not so strong, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts on what you have to say about that. So that number again, voice note on 064 134 0020. Right, coming up in just a little bit, we have Bazman's Tuesday Mix. And this is what we do on a Tuesday. DJ Bazman, a former Monday Madness guest of mine, sends me a mix every week, and we just get our feet tapping and ready to go for the rest of the week, because, you know, it's a long week. By the time Monday is done and dusted, it still feels like there's a lot of week left. Yeah, so no, it's a good idea. Maybe just Tuesday, just like to bang it up a little bit, give you a little bit of a club feel. And there's a lot of excitement at the moment now that we moved to level 2 this week. And maybe you can get your dance on sooner than later. We'll have to see. We'll have to see about that. But you might as well get your feet tapping and get up on the desk at the office on a Tuesday with a DJ Bazman mix out of the blocks on the other side of this.
Caban Investments, an impact venture capital company that turns entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. A core focus is to invest in high-growth opportunities to maximize returns for shareholders, at the same time also providing a comprehensive service offering to cover all business needs. From small startups to larger companies, Caban offers the entire spectrum of service offerings required to get business moving. Visit www.caban.co.za for more information. Caban Investments, turning entrepreneurs' dreams into reality.
Was really 1981.
You're listening to RTL SA. I want to be on lockdown with Noel Johnson.
You are listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to Noel Johnson. Noel Johnson.
Noel Johnson.
And you're listening to Noel Johnson. And you're going to party it up listening to Noel Johnson.
As I was saying, you're listening to my mate, Noel Johnson.
This is Bazman from Studio 77, and you are listening to the Bazman Tuesday Mix on RTL SA.
It's another epic mix from DJ Bazman right here on RTL SA Tuesday. Love it. Absolutely love it. Coming up on the other side of this, we're getting to Tuesday Trends, where we talk about automotive trends in 2021.
I'm going to just be honest, this was the greatest interview of all time.
This is Donovan Copley from Hot Water.
I am Kerry Miller. Hey, I'm Ross from Prime Circle.
Love RTL.
My new addiction.
Let me not just talk about it. Let me show you in the back of the window where I'm at.
Cabinet has decided to place the entire country on alert level 2.
No, thank you for getting me out of bed this morning.
Informative, relevant,
diverse, interactive, so educational,
fantastic, super fulfilling.
I think most of the time in South Africa, certainly provincial cricket, they might as well play because there's no spectators going to watch anyway.
The hugging, shaking of hands, and kissing is a thing of the past.
And then overnight into Thursday, we're expecting that cold front to spread showers into most.
Playlist is incredible.
Love the music.
Best music. Entertaining. So entertaining. Entertaining.
They wanted radio people because radio people can basically talk shit when things go wrong.
A sight that just a few weeks ago seemed scarcely possible. Eden Park is back in business, a capacity...
No, but seriously, on a serious note, I think I actually swiped right for you the one day when I saw you. I didn't know.
You didn't.
But you wouldn't know.
And I love Grace. If I tell you, I didn't even wear a bra, that was so good.
Splashdowns.
As you can see on your screen, we have visual confirmation for Splashdown.
I will try to fix you.
You guys are the lifeblood of what's left of this music industry.
And of course, Noel Johnson. We love your sexy legs. Especially because of Noel Johnson. Jeez, that man is sexy. Thank God for RTL SA.
You are a star.
RTL SA.
Home of legends.
Own your piece of RTL by sponsoring a feature.
Burning topic. Bad Joke Friday. In other news, Power Play Trivia.
You will be helping keep RTL on air and building infrastructure for as little as 300 Rand per week. Have your or your company's name associated with the fastest growing online radio station in the world.
The RTL SA Top 10. Your top three.
Contact RTL for more info on WhatsApp 064 134 0020 or email info@noeljohnson.co.za. It's time to mass debate on RTL SA.
You're listening to RTL SA.
Coming up a little later in the show, we're going to catch up with Janine Preston, who's out and about at Brixton Primary, and find out what education is like now in light of what's happened with COVID-19 and things like that. How has it affected schools, particularly public schools? But right now, we're going to get into Tuesday Trends. And Tuesday Trends today, we have a look at automotive trends throughout 2021.
One of the big automotive talking points at CES 2021 was electromobility. Now, this is not a new subject. It's been present at CES for quite a number of years now. But with this year being what we're terming the year of the EV, as car makers are keen to push new models to market for various reasons, we're starting to see certain trends, and these were highlighted by various presentations and products at the show. It is clear that rather than the vehicle, manufacturers are putting more effort into promoting their platforms. More development is being done around modular architecture that can be scaled to fit a variety of different vehicle types. This will not only help with speeding up manufacturing efficiency, but also can keep costs down, an important point in a world of change and amid a global pandemic which is affecting the market. GM, for example, spent most of its keynote slot on day 2 of the event talking about his Ultium platform, which features a single common cell design with a flat rectangular pouch to store them in. This reduces space between the cells and allows for stacking, giving more energy in a smaller space. This allows the architecture to be used for small, large and truck type vehicles. Ultium is the underpinning of the new electric Hummer, the size of the vehicle allowing more battery packs and therefore more power. Despite its size and weight, the Hummer can achieve a 0 to 60 time of 3 seconds, something that as a passenger in one once, I find quite astounding. Platforms were also the order of the day for Magna. The supplier used its time at the show to champion its recently announced joint venture with LG, which will supply electric powertrains to car makers such as GM, Jaguar Land Rover and Fisker as well. That's important. The venture highlights Magna's approach to platform supply, mainly bringing in multiple partners to concentrate on their areas of expertise, providing a building block approach. The company stated it is in a position as an entrant enabler to offer off-the-shelf architecture and other components, allowing those thinking about coming into the automotive market to do so without the heavy expenditure that is linked to architecture development, hence why Fisker has gone for the platform. With the hype around Volkswagen Group's MEB, or the PPE, underpinning the Audi e-tron GT, which was also presented at the event, we could soon see consumers choosing the architecture rather than the model itself, dependent upon its technological capabilities. Now, special mention in the field of electromobility must also go to Sono Motors, who unveiled a second prototype Scion with 248 polymer-based photovoltaic cells integrated into the body, providing 25 miles of additional range on top of the 150 miles provided by its EV battery. Now, if your commute is less than 25 miles a day, it means you could end up running the car almost purely on solar power, seriously reducing your total cost of ownership. Hyperion also brought their prototype XP1 hydrogen fuel cell supercar to the event. It features all-wheel drive, a range of over 1,000 miles and a 0 to 60 time of 2.2 seconds. What is clear from this show is that electromobility, electric driving, is no longer the future, it is very much the present.
We've seen some huge announcements in the world of in-car infotainment systems at this year's CES. Without a doubt, one of the biggest displays we saw was Mercedes-Benz MBUX Hyperscreen. This interface stretches over 140 centimetres. That's almost the entire width of the upcoming electric EQS saloon, in which the display will debut. It's made up of 3 separate screens, also behind a curved 3D piece of glass. But more screens don't necessarily mean more distractions. Mercedes equipped the Hyperscreen with a zero-layer interface. So, important applications like maps or mobile are offered situationally on top. So, with what you need being presented as you need it, drive distractions should see a great reduction. I mean, this alone could really boost the value of the EQS saloon. But for tech fans out there saying, hey, wait a minute, they announced that console before CES, the carmaker did reveal a new feature at the show. The Hyperscreen will be equipped with a location-based feature called Mercedes Travel Knowledge. It evaluates map data alongside its surroundings. All the driver needs to do is say, hey Mercedes, tell me about that building, and the information will pop up and the display will show you everything about the building. It's a really nice feature, but we do have to wonder how much use it's going to get in the long run, especially if the car is seeing the same routes regularly. Now, for those who like their screens a little more transparent, Panasonic has the answer. They revealed a new augmented reality heads-up display. Powered by AI, the 4K HUD can show essential information like speed and route guidance, but it can also provide alerts about lane edges, objects in the road, and bridge heights, all with projected 3D graphics. Its optics can even detect pedestrians and other objects through enhanced low light and nighttime view. This can be a huge safety feature, not only keeping a driver focused on the road, but spotting things that they might not have. But for those wanting something in between Mercedes' massive Hyperscreen and Panasonic's helpful HUD, there was another option that caught my eye this year. Currently under development, Perrine Drive is an AI-equipped assistant which can be retrofitted to seemingly any vehicle. Using deep learning, it can recognise and track the movements of pedestrians, cars, bicycles and motorbikes all in real time. Using this algorithm, the unit can then predict the risk of accidents. Now when this happens, the driver is alerted both visually and with audio cues, but the system also keeps an eye on the driver. It can tell when they look away from the road or are falling asleep, all based on face and eye movements. So once again, eye tracking is proving popular among developers, and road safety could really see a boost. But this does all depend on how comfortable drivers feel about being monitored while they're behind the wheel. The only thing is for sure, there was really no taking your eyes off the infotainment offerings at this year's CES.
Now, it became apparent during the event that the car is to become an extension of its driver, with car makers and technology companies attempting to make the vehicle a more pleasant experience to drive. Whether this is through apps or onboard systems, what is clear is that the car is no longer simply a tool to get you from A to B. It is actually now a personal device that you can customize to your own style and have it as an extension of your technological self. Take Here Technologies, for example. The company announced the introduction of its customizable EV routing platform. Now, this aims to get vehicles from point to point while minimising the number of charging stops and optimising battery top-up times. It is hoped this will help to reduce or even eliminate range anxiety. But the key feature is the personalisation within. While the map takes into account weather, traffic and road geometry, it also can be adjusted to driving styles. So if you have a heavy right foot, it will offer a personal route just for you. It seems that everyone has an app for their vehicle. The aforementioned Sono Motors, for example, presented an app alongside their Scion, which works hand in hand to help lock doors, tell you how much charge is left in the battery, but also to allow you to give other people access to the car for sharing purposes and set how long they can use it. The company founders in their presentation stated that they want to reduce the amount of time a car is sitting inactive, so as many people as possible can use it. GM discussed its Ultify service, which is branded as a more personal EV experience. Whilst the platform allows for regular options of exploring models and buying online, it also gives the consumer the chance to purchase customizable packs which can be sent to the vehicle via over-the-air updates. There are also options for media streaming services, third-party apps, and other personalization techniques. Other car makers are also exploring the option of allowing consumers to buy additional add-ons for their vehicle beyond the sale, and this could open new profit windows while enhancing the experience of the consumer beyond the showroom.
Now, CES wouldn't be complete without some autonomous vehicle news. Mobileye, an Intel company, announced it had integrated LiDAR technology into a silicon chip. A lot of autonomous vehicle developers are trying to shrink their LiDAR units down to fit more sensors into the vehicle. But working with Intel, Mobileye has access to large-scale manufacturing facilities and know-how that some others just don't have access to. So what does this new chip technology mean for Mobileye? Well, effectively, it could steer away from camera-based systems and towards an autonomous sensor suite built in-house. This means it could keep production costs down, providing the market with more affordable autonomous vehicles, potentially by 2025. But a core element of CEO Amon Shashua's speech at CES focused on the importance of delivering a sensing solution that is orders of magnitude more capable than human drivers. Effectively, a driver needs to have complete confidence that the autonomous system can keep them safe and secure. If not, market-wide adoption could be tricky. What if the vehicle is the size of a 2.5-storey house, with the potential to weigh more than 687 tonnes? Well, then you can just go ahead and slap a Caterpillar badge on it. The industrial giant took its mining offerings to CES for the first time this year. Built in-house, CAT's MineStar solution has been designed to make one of the world's most dangerous workplaces safer. The system now drives more than 350 autonomous haulage trucks, operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at mining sites on 3 continents. These vehicles follow predetermined routes and commands from on-site staff, and are capable of recognising objects in the road as well as determine potential collision points. While the world of industrial mining couldn't feel any further away from driving on the road, it does provide proof of autonomous concept. As these technologies continue to improve, making previously dangerous work safer, the potential applications for automotive industry at large are enormous. Another dangerous arena autonomous technology is soon to make its debut on is the racetrack. The Indy Autonomous Challenge unveiled its specially designed open-wheel race car at CES this year. Set to take place in October this year, the driverless race will feature 30 teams taking part in 20 laps of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway circuit. These autonomous race cars are expected to reach speeds of up to 200 miles an hour. Each team uses a car built by Delaria and will be developed their own software for the competition. While this is again another example of an extreme autonomous application, it provides manufacturers, component developers and research institutions with an opportunity to develop and stress test parts of their system. It also provides an opportunity for the general public to see autonomous vehicles in action, building trust in the technology as developers race to the finish lines with their mass market versions.
I am not sure what a Grand Prix is going to be like without drivers, but wow, in October they're planning on doing a, what is it, Formula One, not Formula One, Indy motor race without drivers. That'll be very interesting to watch. Fully autonomous. And I suppose that's the way things are going nowadays. I don't know if I trust a car to drive for me. But knowing a lot of drivers on the road, maybe an autonomous car would be a better option. Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, it's scary how technology has come along and how, like they were saying, the car is going to become an extension of you, so to say, as the driver, but not really driving. I don't know. It's maybe just too much for my little mind to comprehend at the moment, but that certainly seems to be the way things are going. So very exciting times as well. And also with these new innovations, you know, like with the sensors and all that stuff, it certainly has the potential to make driving a lot safer, not just for the driver, but for pedestrians and alike. And yeah, wow. It is absolutely mind-blowing. I hadn't watched that piece properly and completely until now. And it is absolutely incredible how far technology has come with vehicles. Because, cars just got smarter and smarter and smarter. And they're going to drive themselves. You're literally just going to pop into a car and go wherever you want. And I also think car sharing is going to be a thing. They did mention it, where more than one person will use a car. And it makes a lot of sense, because, I mean, you might just need to get to the office. So you jump in the car takes you to the office, and then somebody else will get picked up by the car, use it for a bit, and you'll get picked up a little later by the car to go back home and stuff like that. So it's all very, very interesting stuff indeed. Absolutely fascinating. We get into your power play trivia on the other side of this.
Caban Investments, an impact venture capital company that turns entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. A core focus is to invest in high-growth opportunities to maximize returns for shareholders, at the same time also providing a comprehensive service offering to cover all business needs. From small startups to larger companies, Caban offers the entire spectrum of service offerings required to get business moving. Visit www.caban.co.za for more information. Caban Investments, turning entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. Own your piece of RTL by sponsoring a feature.
Burning topic. Bad Joke Friday. In other news, Power Play Trivia.
You will be helping keep RTL on air and building infrastructure for as little as 300 Rand per week. Have your or your company's name associated with the fastest growing online radio station in the world.
The RTL SA Top 10. Your top 3.
Contact RTL for more info on WhatsApp 064 134 0020 or email info@noeljohnson.co.za. It's time to mass debate on RTL SA.
Here you go. Was really 1981.
You're listening to RTL SA.
Time to test your knowledge with Power Play Trivia.
And your Power Play Trivia brought to you by Bev Miller. Today's question is, what is Harry Potter's Patronus? And I didn't know what a Patronus was, and neither did Lauren, because we don't really consume fantasy movies as we have now ascertained. But if you do, then you should know what a Patronus is. And for example, this man was so confident about it. So confident. Very confident, Bob, and obviously a fan of fantasy movies. And Robin also got the answer correct. Sarah and Lauren ultimately asking her son and getting the answer correct. And the correct answer, of course, is, as Bob said, a stag.
Make it a powerful memory, the happiest you can remember. Allow it to fill you up. Keep trying, Seamus. George, your turn now.
Expecto Patronus.
A full-bodied Patronus is the most difficult to produce, but shield forms can also be equally useful against a variety of opponents. Fantastic, Ginny! Just remember, your Patronus can only protect you for as long as you stay focused. So focus, Luna. Think of the happiest thing you can.
Expecto Patronus.
I'm trying. I know. Patronus. It's good. This is really advanced stuff, guys. You're doing so well.
You're listening to RTL SA.
It's Tom Grennan with a little bit of love on RTL SA. As I was saying a little earlier, Janine Preston is out and about today, and she's gone to Brixton Primary School to see what's happening and how education has changed over time. And you can catch her show this afternoon at 4 p.m. on sacommuter.co.za, where she'll give you a more detailed wrap of what happened. This is what she's got up to this morning so far.
And this is when I'm at a school this morning, attending with Symphonia South Africa to see a little bit more and understand a little bit more about the education in our country and the challenges that are faced by the children today. And I'm with Tambu from Symphonia South Africa, and we're here at the primary school for the morning. Tell us a little bit about what we're doing here.
We're doing here on an excursion to just really get to see Brixton Primary School. We're here to experience being at school. So it's a beautiful experience. We had the bells ringing, the children ran into class, and everything else is happening. It's just exciting.
And now we're on a school tour.
We're now on a school tour, going from place to place. By the way, the bursary's office was locked, and I think it's a finance issue and security, so they lock it just as we got there. There was nobody there, but everything else is functional.
The classes have been divided up. They come in different days. So the class 1 comes in Monday, Wednesday and Friday, the other class Tuesday and Wednesday. But it brings the number of students down to 25. So where we had 60 kids in a class or 50 kids in a class, the kids are now 25 in a class. The teachers and the children are delighted because it gives them more individual attention. So in the public school system, this has been a bonus rather than something that's been a deterrent. So we're going to be off to talk to some of the children, the grade 7s. We've been asked to address some of the grade 7s in terms of they're going off to grade 8 in high school next year. So we're going to be sitting in a class with them on Life as a Beach later on at 4 o'clock. I'll catch up with my experience of being in the class with the children and seeing a little bit more about what the school does. Just as a wrap, schools are now are changed the way they work. There's half the kids come to class every second day, which is brilliant because it gives the teachers far less children to teach. They're also talking about feeding the kids at school rather than them bringing food from home. Not only is it feeding kids who are disadvantaged, but it also allows them not to bring food from home that could be contaminated, whereas here all the children are fed, so there's no distinguished between children who don't have food at home and children who do. So it also again levels the playing fields. Amazing how education has changed. So many things are different, but in a good sense, where the schools are really they've really come forward in terms of what they're offering. These are public schools, so since we're a public school country, it's very important that our public schools and our children who attend public schools are well looked after. I'm Janine Preston, and you've been with Life as a Beach at one of the primary schools in Johannesburg.
RTL SA.
It's Tiesto featuring Ty Dolla, The Business Part 2 on RTL SA. We're going to get into your power... no, we're not. We're going to get into your burning topic right now.
Own your piece of RTL by sponsoring a feature.
Burning topic. Bad Joke Friday. In other news, Power Play Trivia.
You will be helping keep RTL on air and building infrastructure for as little as 300 Rand per week. Have your or your company's name associated with the fastest growing online radio station in the world.
The RTL SA Top 10. Your top 3.
Contact RTL for more info on WhatsApp 064 134 0020 or email info@noeljohnson.co.za.
It's time to mass debate on RTL SA.
Playlist is incredible. Love the music. Best music. Entertaining. So entertaining.
RTL SA.
You're listening to RTL SA.
Have your say now. It's the burning topic.
It's the burning topic indeed, and I did say that the burning topic today was a contentious one because all across the world at the moment there's massive opposite views with regards to this, and I expected in the burning topic that we would possibly have a similar situation, and we certainly do. Quite a lot of passion coming through in the burning topic today. The question was, what are your thoughts on this vaccine passport?
Good morning, RTL SA. Today's burning topic, vaccination passport. What a crock of crap. This is a flu vaccination as far as I'm concerned. And also, if it is so important to know if you've been vaccinated before allowing you access to a premises, then why are they not asking for your measles vaccine or your smallpox vaccine, both of which have killed a lot more people than this alleged pandemic? I feel very strongly about this, as you all probably know. So in summary, it's a crock of crap, but if we have to comply, what can we do? Bob the Legend out.
Yep. I know you're very passionate about it, Bob. Yeah. But the way you ended it, the way you said, if we have to comply, what can we do about it? Yeah, absolutely.
Good morning. Burning topic, vaccine passports. Well, I'm still trying to get my head around getting the vaccine. Suffering with phlegm at the moment, so that's stopping me from going. But passports for vaccine, I think it should be each country's right to decide. But at the end of the day, as human rights, it doesn't make any sense. So if you don't have the vaccine and you don't have a passport, then you can't enter their countries. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, the vaccine, yes, it's good to have the vaccine, but it's not really protecting you from getting COVID. So it's all confusing for me. Those are my thoughts. Have a great day.
So today's topic is the vaccine passports, yay or nay. It's an absolute yay from me. I think that it is vital that everyone should be carrying these, and I would be quite happy if restaurants, pubs, anywhere, and especially traveling, if you have to produce your passports. Quite honestly, I'm not even happy with having to sit in an office building where there are numerous people, and a lot of them have chosen not to be vaccinated for their personal reasons, and they are getting COVID at full speed and landing up in hospital or dying. They have then sat amongst people that have been vaccinated and trying to be proactive and giving them it at 60%, whereas if they had been vaccinated, then people would only get it at about 30% and, wouldn't have to go on ventilators and oxygen and, start worrying if your will is up to date because you feel awful. So those people that haven't had COVID, I suggest you get a flippin' wake-up call and do some research, not on why I shouldn't get vaccinated, but why you should get vaccinated. I'm getting really annoyed by people that have chosen not to be vaccinated. I respect your choice, but I will not be sitting next to you. That's me, out.
Yeah, it's quite a tense issue, and I hear everybody's perspective on it. And Sarah saying that she doesn't want to be around people that haven't been vaccinated, and Bob obviously saying that it is a lot of rubbish, and Lauren not sure. So yeah, there's a lot of confusion in the world at the moment. You've got certain people that are saying it must happen. There's certain people that are saying hell no, and certain people that are just not sure. And I think this burning topic encapsulated exactly what's going on in the world at the moment with regards to this. My philosophy on it is a simple one, and I have to agree with Bob with this. And I know Bob's been for his jabs, as have I. I agree with Bob in the sense that if we have to comply, what else can we do? And I think that's really what it's going to boil down to. You're going to have to make a choice of what type of life you want to live. Yeah, you probably will be able to get away with not having the vaccine, but then you're going to have to test all the time. And if you do have the vaccine, you'll have a lot more doors open for you and things like that. So you're going to have to pick and choose what sort of life you want. One thing is for sure is that every country in this world is driving the vaccine. They want it to happen, and they are absolutely insisting on it happening and mandating it in a lot of places, in a lot of ways. And it's coming to South Africa. You are going to be mandated to get the vaccine in order to get something or do something. My philosophy is, as they said in the headlines today, not one person in South Africa has died from vaccine complications. It's now scientifically proven. So, it's Dua Lipa with Love Again on RTL SA. That's where we're going to leave the show for today. Tuesday Trends. Man, what a show it was today, I must say. So interesting from many perspectives, from the burning topic that we've just heard all the way through to the automotive trends that have been taking place in 2021. We'll be back tomorrow with the RTL SA Top 10. Yes, baby. I don't know what it's going to look like yet. I'll only know a little later this evening. But heaven knows, there's been a lot of movement in the top 10 in the last couple of weeks. And a song like Little Bit of Love from Tom Grennan has literally been on the charts for 2 weeks and has jumped right up into the top 5. It's actually quite crazy. It debuted at number 6. Could it be number 1 tomorrow? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Be cool, be safe. Remember what I always say. If it bugs you, you got to deal with it, baby. I'm going to play out with some little mix now, and it's here for you on RTL SA. Catch you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Love you long time.
Kaban Investments, an impact venture capital company that turns entrepreneurs' dreams into reality. A core focus is to invest in high-growth opportunities to maximize returns for shareholders, at the same time also providing a comprehensive service offering to cover all business needs. From small startups to larger companies, Kaban offers the entire spectrum of service offerings required to get business moving. Visit www.kaban.co.za for more information. Kaban Investments, turning entrepreneurs' dreams into reality.
He got it. Was really 1981.
You're listening to RTL SA. I want to be on lockdown with Noel Johnson.
You are listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to Noel Johnson. Noel Johnson.
Noel Johnson.
And you're listening to Noel Johnson.
And you're going to party it up listening to Noel Johnson.
As I was saying, you're listening to my mate, Noel Johnson.
RTL SA.